Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Thoroughbred Underdog, and welcome to the second episode for the day, that is, of IWL and Wrestling Life. This video is because I didn't do one last Thursday. I did say in my previous video, which you should go watch, it was about gimmicks, that I would do 2 videos today. This is the second one, and we'll be back possibly next Thursday for the final episode of this set, so to speak, this season. But in this episode, we're going to talk about parts unknown, as the title says, and how it pertains to real life. Now, for wrestling fans and non-wrestling fans, respectively, wrestling parts unknown was the location for many earlier gimmick wrestlers back in the day. You had Ultimate Warrior built from there, Kane, lots of jobbers. Parts unknown was pretty much the familiar hometown of choice. How does it pertain to real life? A lot of us may feel that we are geographically misplaced. We're trying to find our place in life. We may have grown up somewhere where we feel that it wasn't really the place for us. We really don't know where we're really from. Sometimes we feel as though there's certain criteria that must be met for us to feel at home where we are. And you just feel like where you are, there's not a lot of opportunity. There's not a lot of room for growth or improvement. The weather sucks. The people, don't really work for you. And that's why it's always best to have goals in life and have, plans to travel and go places so you can find your place in life. So you can find a place where it's more people like yourself. So you can find a place where there's better job opportunities. I'm from Chicago. And, it wasn't until I moved out here in Indiana that I got a job for the first time in 8 years with taxable income. And I'm more safer. And though I'm not where I want to be in life, I'm still in a better place than where I once was. In Chicago, I was kind of an outcast. Living on the South Side, being this nerdy black kid who loves wrestling and not mainstream rap music. I had a lot of friends, but when it came to us hanging out, there were limitations because there were certain things I wasn't interested in that a lot of people were around me. A lot of people around me were. So when I moved out here to Indiana, I met more friends who were into wrestling like me, into anime like me, wasn't into the streets like a lot of folks that I grew up around were, and I do appreciate that time because I learned a lot about how to survive on the streets, where and where not to go, and gain a little bit of street knowledge, street smarts, being on the South Side of Chicago. But there was only so far that someone like myself can go, given where I was at. So you have to move around. You have to be willing to travel and go places. It's kind of like a job. The person who's going to be willing to travel is probably going to get the job opportunity before you because they're going to want you to go to other locations, other markets and things like that. And not when it's just convenient for you, when you decide, hey, I want to move and get transferred to a store at another location. So you got to put down that you're willing to travel if you can, because those are the ones who are going to get the most opportunities and get called upon for promotional growth. And the only way you promote yourself is to be willing to sometimes go to parts unfamiliar and unknown for yourself. You got to, sometimes leave your comfort zone as well to learn new things and new skills in life. So, parts unknown is all about being geographically misplaced, some may feel. As long as you're willing to travel and willing to put forth the money, sometimes you got to start over. There's an opportunity for you to have that life and be in that place you want to be in life, a better place in life, with better opportunities and, better chances for you. Me being a wrestling fan, out here in Indiana, there's not a lot of wrestling schools. A lot of the schools in Chicago would be where a lot of people out here in Indiana would go if they wanted to get trained. And even in Chicago, Illinois right now, there's a few wrestling schools out there, but I ideally would want to go to something like a reality of wrestling where not only can you get trained, but they have live TV too. And then of course, Booker T having a school / federation, there's a quicker chance or a better chance of you getting an opportunity somewhere else because of that. That's all the way in Houston. So, you just have to be willing to leave where you are, leave your comfort zone to go where there's better chances and opportunities for yourself. Leave the parts unknown where you're dwelling from, because this is a place to be home. A place that to be home is a place you feel safe at, a place to raise your children at, a place that more often than not everywhere has crime, but there are certain crimes that happen in particular areas. In California and stuff like that, you get a lot of people starting fires and things like that. And another place you might have a lot of natural disasters. These are acts of God, but some places you may have a lot of drunk drivers. Southside Chicago, we have a lot of shootings, unfortunately. That doesn't happen a lot out here. And I've gotten over, so to speak, a little bit over out here where I'm at in Indiana with a lot of good friends. I've met a lot of good people. I'm very grateful for all of them. And if you're watching this and you're a friend of mine, I know I'm grateful for having you. But still not exactly the place I can officially call home. I don't think I found that place yet. I still think those parts are unknown, and I have to go out and find them. I have to go out and make them known. And I just think that as long as we're willing to get up and get out and get something like the song by Outkast says, there's a chance for us to find our place in life. And that is the conclusion of this episode of IWL and Wrestling Life. I think I did this episode a lot better than my previous episode earlier on today. But hopefully by next Thursday, we'll be completely back in sound health with another episode of IWL and Wrestling Life. Thanks for watching this one. Take care of yourselves, people. Peace.